In this session, we will be discussing about effective rate, that what is effective rate and how we can calculate effective rate by using Excel. So quickly, first, I will introduce that what actually is effective rate and why we are learning this. So already we have discussed, see, whenever you take a loan, right? So what banks do, they provide different terms in your loan agreement, right? So let's suppose what you are doing loan from bank, right? And what bank is saying, bank will charging monthly interest, right? You have a loan whose value is rupees 10 lakh, right? And what bank is saying that they will be charging 10% interest per annum, right? But this interest is going to be compounded monthly, right? You might have heard this term several times, that interest is getting compounded monthly, or interest is getting compounded quarterly, or interest gets compounded yearly, right? So you might have heard these terms several times, right? And I am assuming that you might be knowing how to calculate the effective rate, right? So if, let's suppose, interest is getting compounded monthly, right? So here your actual interest rate is not going to be 10%. There will be change in interest rate. Now you might be thinking that why there will be change in interest rate, right? So here question is saying that you have borrowed a loan, and for this loan, what you have to do, you have to pay monthly interest, right? Every month you have to pay interest, and this interest will compound monthly. So let's say taking an example, here for 10 lakh rupees, let's suppose the interest rate is 12%. Let's suppose interest rate is how much? It is 12%. So for 1 month, you have to pay 1% interest. So for month interest is going to be how much? First month interest is going to be 1% of 10 lakh, that's 10,000 rupees, right? Now your outstanding loan amount is how much? Your outstanding loan amount is 10 lakh rupees, right? So what will be the close balance of this loan for your second month? So the closing balance of this loan for second month is going to be 10 lakh 10,000, right? Now what you have to calculate your interest liability for second month on this amount. On this amount, what you will be doing, you will be calculating the interest liability. So for second month, interest liability is going to be 10,100 rupees, right? And what will be the closing balance for third month? So closing balance for third month is going to be 10 lakh 10,000 plus 10,100 rupees. That is going to be 10 lakh 20,100 rupees. And you will be calculating interest on this amount for the month, right? And this is what a compounding effect, right? You have to pay yearly interest, but hey, compounding concept is applicable, right? So you might be thinking, sir, that 12% concept is not applicable here. 12% concept is not applicable here. Now here, what you have to do, you have to calculate effective interest, right? So with the help of Excel, it is very easy to find out. Generally, what we do if we want to calculate interest rate, so we follow this method when we are solving this question. Copy, right? So what we will be doing here, we will be dividing 12% by 12 months, and we will get here 1%, right? Now we will apply the formula to calculate the compound interest rate, or generally we say it as a effective interest rate. So here I will be taking 1 plus 1% to the power 12, right? To the power 12, and this is how I will be getting the interest rate. So I have to do calculation here. In Excel, we will be able to solve this question in fraction of seconds. So I will show you the Excel how you can solve this particular case. So we have to use formula. Here there is a function that is effect formula. So I will teach you how you can use this effect formula. Here one case when that is CIBC offers you $1,000 loan at a rate of 5% interest, that is compounded quarterly, right? Here option is given compounded quarterly. What will be the effective loan rate? Nominal rate is given 5%. Nominal rate is given how much? It is 5%. And here is compounding quarterly, right? Quarterly means that every quarter there will be compounding effect. So how many quarters there will be in a year? So there will be 4 quarters in a year. So now if you want to find out the effect, so simply you have to apply this effect formula. You have to write down EFFECT, that is effect. You have to open up the bracket. Here nominal rate is given. So I will be selecting this nominal rate, and I will put comma, and then I will select number of periods, right? Number of periods in year. NPEY means number of period, Y means in year. So number of periods in year are 4, and I will apply this thing, and your effective interest rate is 5.0945%, right? So you can apply that formula and you can calculate, and you will be getting this value. So if you're solving manually, you have to calculate a lot and it will take more time. In Excel, quickly you can calculate. Let's suppose if we are in here that if compounding is monthly, so what will be the effective rate? I'm just assuming, it is not given in question. If compounding is monthly, so there will be 12 times compounding will appear, or it will take place. So now I will apply the effect formula here. If compounding is monthly, so effect nominal rate, number of periods in a year, and I will press enter here. So you can see here, now rate is 0.10%, right? Rate is 5.12%, right? So if compounding is, the interest rate will be higher. In next lecture, we will be discussing about how you can calculate nominal with the help of effective rate, if effective rate is given. Thank you.